Hello, and welcome to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is Cam Martin, and this is the Morning Buzz. I have alongside me, of course, the usual suspects, Isaias Ramirez and Lana Kalapodakis.
Yo, Cam, turn up the energy real quick. Hey, you started out real dope, man. Well, yeah, there it is. Yeah, Cam. The final show, Cam, for you.
This is my last show until September because vibes. This thing called football is taking over for my life. Whack is crazy. I'll be doing that for the next God knows how many days.
A whole lot of
I think next 20. I'm like stuck with football. I'm not complaining because it's I love this. This is the sport I love. One of these days I'll join someone who just got enshrined in the Football Hall of Fame, Sam Mills, who's actually from Montclair State University. That's the end game. I want to be there with him, but until then, I'm with my people here at WMSC.
Yes, sir.
And above all else, I'm just here to enjoy while it lasts.
Yeah, I mean, it's been one heck of a ride, Mr. Martin. It's been fun. It's been ecstatic. It's been electric. It's been everything, man.
It's been Liddy Bop.
Yeah,
Liddy Bop
it's our last summer together, Cam. Last summer, yes, sir. End of a time to be alive.
End of an era.
Yes, sir. It's not ending though.
Good morning, Buzz.
Yes, but also what's going on around the world.
That's also true. Lana, you weren't here last week. Can you help us out with that? What's going on around the world this week?
Of course. So in national news, the FBI executed a warrant to search Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Miami. The resort has been added to the investigation into the handling of classified documents that may have been brought to Florida. The search began Monday morning and was mainly focused on Trump's offices and private quarters. Quote, "My beautiful home, Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents," says Trump. In state news, 5 people were rescued from a capsized boat in Barnegat. The Coast Guard sent out 2 boats that rescued 3 people. An off-duty lifeguard rescued the other 2, bringing them back to shore. All 5 are in the hospital and are in stable condition. And in local news, an Essex County animal nonprofit is looking to provide funding to small shelters all across New Jersey. Partners in Animal Welfare, or PAW, was founded in early July with the goal of, quote, promote humane treatment through financial and program assistance, advocacy, and education. They recently helped fundraise for a local shelter to get surgery for an injured dog. The organization now wants to focus on putting senior dogs in homes. And the weather today, it is currently 80 degrees and partly cloudy with a high of 94 and a low of 75 with humidity at 77% and good air quality at 27. There is a thunderstorm scheduled between 3 and 8 today, and we are currently in a heat advisory until 8 tonight.
Oh, word? That's wild.
Yeah, I do like me some heat advisories, though.
Listen like the Miami Heat.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of Miami Heat and basketball.
Yeah, I totally have something relating to the Miami Heat today. Thank you for saying that, Cam.
Well, you're wearing a LeBron shirt.
Yes,
LeBron
sir. Hey, that might be in one of the greatest championship runs I've ever seen in my life.
And they only got 2 championships run out of it.
Hey, I said that specific run.
Oh, yeah.
Being down 3-1.
Oh, yeah.
You'll never see it again.
Oh, you're talking about that one.
Come on, man.
You're right.
And they didn't wearing T-shirts. That's crazy.
Yeah, where your shoulders at?
It's also crazy and what is going on in what's very close to home, known as the Brooklyn Nets. In a face-to-face meeting between Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai and Kevin Durant, he reiterated his trade request and informed Tsai that he needs to choose between Durant or the pairing of general manager Sean Marks and coach Steve Nash, and that is coming from The Athletic, so keep your eyes out for that. I expect still that Kevin Durant will probably be part of the Nets as well as Kyrie Irving, because who is going to trade that much for Kevin Durant at this point in time? Who knows? Now, after the Raiders started Josh Jacobs up running back in the Hall of Fame game, head coach Josh McDaniels said the veteran was in the lineup because it is, quote, good for backs to carry the ball in the preseason, end quote. And he has no plans to trade for the star running back. That's very interesting considering running backs have a limited shelf life in the NFL. So giving them unnecessary touches in a game with a bunch of XFL, AFL players.
Unnecessary touches in unnecessary game. Well, not necessary, but
it's unnecessary, Cam. Come on.
It's if you're a seasoned pro, then yes, unnecessary. But if you're trying to fight for a roster spot, then it's very important.
Yeah, and Josh Jacobs at this point in time, first round pick, I believe, or
first round pick in 2019.
I'm pretty sure he solidified himself not only with his status as a draft pick, but also his play on the field for quite some time. They're not renewing his contract, which is also interesting. There's a lot to dissect in this situation.
It's the Raiders.
It is the Raiders. You thought things would change, but I guess the Raiders will be the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yes, sir. Now, back to the Athletic again. A skirmish involving center John Feliciano, Saquon Barkley, and Cam Brown, as well as Aaron Robinson and Tate Crowder, Antonio Williams, and even an offensive line coach, Bobby Johnson, occurred out of practice yesterday. The incident started when Barkley lowered his shoulder into Robinson during a drill, and Crowder took a major issue to that. Punches were thrown, people were being pushed around, but that is, for the most part, what happens in the middle of summer when people are hitting each other every day. At some point, people are going to lose control. This is pretty normal, I think, for an NFL practice.
Listen, that's a normal day at football practice.
Exactly.
Every day of football, and I played the game for 13 years. This upcoming season will be 13. Every day during camp, you see people just start swinging, get frustrated. People, it's hot.
Yeah, exactly. And eventually tensions are going to boil over. And this happened. Everyone's going to be cool once everyone's in the locker room, in the air condition. Everyone's fine, because at the end of the day, these are the brothers. These are the people they're going to war with, and things will be back to normal very shortly.
That video was crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely an interesting one. Now we're going to send to our final update when it comes to sports. As according to Sports Business Journal, John Ourand, the Big Ten is working towards an agreement on a media rights deal with Fox Sports, CBS, and NBC worth up to $1 billion. The reports noted that this would be an end of a 40-year partnership between the Big Ten and ESPN. Quote, if ESPN moves from the Big Ten, look for the company to be especially aggressive in trying to secure Big 12 and Pac-12 rights, as well as renewing its deal with the NCAA championships and college football playoffs. End quote.
$1 billion, you say? $1 billion.
This is very curious to me because, obviously, when it comes to sports, seemingly ESPN is still a king of most sports, right?
Yeah.
Most sports coverage.
Oh, 1,000%.
And as soon as ESPN would lose coverage of any kind of sports, no one really talks about it. So this seems like a good financial deal for the Big Ten, but I'm curious to see the repercussions coming if they don't renew any kind of games with ESPN, because much like the NHL fell off the face of the earth, you couldn't watch a game anywhere unless it was on NBC, and even NBC Sports, like, it wasn't really on NBC primetime. So
no, they got I believe they got a deal this past season.
Yeah, they just got back with ESPN, and now you're starting to see coverage again.
I watched a lot of hockey this past season.
Yeah,
I had access to it.
Exactly. So I'm curious to see if the Big Ten is going to struggle in that department, whether they get enough coverage. Because for now, most people, when they go watch sports, they're going to ESPN or ESPN2 or something like that.
ESPN News.
Yeah.
ESPN,
so
ESPN3.
Good luck to the Big Ten. I don't know if this is going to end up well for them in the long run. Short term, it might be a great financial deal, but we saw what happened with the NHL, and I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN's is like, well, we're not going to cover the Big Ten anymore, because that's how ESPN does. They're quite petty.
Yeah, sure.
Now, very quickly before we go into the first story, Cam, this story just happened not too long ago. Before I finished the script, so apologies, but Lana touched upon it, so I'll just touch upon it again really quickly. The FBI did search Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate as part of an investigation into whether or not he took classified records from the White House to his Florida residence. Trump, disclosing the search in a lengthy statement, asserted that agents had opened up a safe in his home and described their work as, quote, at a unanimous raid that he likened to a, quote, prosecutorial misconduct. The search intensifies the month-long probe into how classified documents ended up in the boxes of White House records located at Mar-a-Lago earlier this year. It occurs amid a separate grand jury investigation into efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election and adds to the potential legal peril for Trump as he lays the groundwork for another presidential run. This is crazy stuff coming out of this. Once again, I feel like this kind of heightens it because we've been hearing a lot of talks from those January 6th hearings and all this stuff, but it seems like Donald Trump has not really had any repercussions or anything really just like life-threatening towards him after any investigation going on. And it seems like they're finally taking like real action, because for the most part, it's just been people talking. But when you actually go into someone's estate and you're looking for these things going on,
it's a game changer right there, because one, it's like, okay, you're in my house, my own private house, one of my private homes, and you find these documents that that you have been holding on to for safety for your own eyes. Like it's very concerning. Like you're seeing all this stuff, and what I'm saying is not reflection at all, but it does not look good for Trump.
It's not.
It don't look cute.
I like how that was the statement you had to like specify. Hey, this doesn't represent. That was a very easy statement. I thought you were gonna go crazy for a second.
I was thinking about going crazy. I was like, nah.
You were like reeling it in. Too early for that much heat. I feel you.
I had to bite my tongue a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I'm curious to see what happens after this. If once again, I feel like this is we've been living in a world where it's a lot of pre-action, but nothing is really fulfilled at the end of it. So I'm curious to see whether or not Trump if they found anything in his house, like what exactly they found. I don't know if we'll find out those details anytime soon.
Probably not.
But yeah, I think it's crazy that we're finally seeing the FBI search Donald Trump's estate there in Mar-a-Lago, because we've been hearing about it nonstop. And yeah, so I'm curious to see what happens next. Cam, feel free to take away our first real story of the day.
All right. Well, this one, this is
it's a tough one.
This is a tough one. So back in February 2020, there was a video clip of a African-American man who was running for his life, being chased by two Caucasian males, and Ahmaud Arbery lost his life that day. Well, 36-year-old Charles McMichael and his 66-year-old father, Greg McMichael, who chased and killed Ahmaud Arbery in that Georgia neighborhood, each received a second life prison sentence yesterday. The white duo was given another life sentence for committing federal hate crimes months after getting their first life sentences for murder. William Roddy Bryan, age 52, who recorded the cell phone video of the slaying, was also sentenced to 35 years in prison. The last hearing brought an end to more than 2 years of criminal proceedings. U.S. District Court Judge Lisa Godby Wood handed down sentences, reiterating the gravity of the February 2020 killing. The McMichaels were previously sentenced to life without parole in the state court for Arbery's murder, and have asked the judge to divert them to a federal prison to serve their sentences, saying they were worried about their safety in the state prison system. Bryan has sought to serve his federal sentence first. Wood declined all three requests. Arbery's mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, told reporters outside the courthouse after 3 sentences have been imposed, quote, "I am very thankful. It's been a long fight. I'm so thankful God gave us the strength to continue the fight." The hearings marked the first time the men involved in the deadly chase expressed any remorse to the Arbery family. Only Charles McMichael, who fired the fatal shots, chose to remain silent when given a chance to speak in court. Greg McMichael told Arbery's family their loss was, quote, "beyond description. I'm sure my words mean very little to you, but I want to assure you I never wanted any of this and any of this to happen. There was no malice in my heart or my son's heart that day," end quote. Yes, there was.
What in the world?
Yes, there was.
Okay, Cam, I'll let you speak on it, because
if you just see a man, I gotta turn my mic down for this one. You see a man that just decided to go for a run, a person of color that goes for a run. You think, oh, let's go get him. That like you think that's okay? You think that right there is acceptable behavior? You don't think that, okay, word, it just gonna let him. No, you think, okay, that he doesn't look like me. Let's go get this guy. No, that right there is unacceptable behavior. And for you to say that there was no malice in your heart, You proved it right there. You proved right there that it was that day. And it's kind of ironic that the person who killed him, the person who's responsible for the murder, who's responsible for firing the shots, bit his tongue the entire time. It's kind of crazy that your father shall justify saying you have no malice in your heart, but you bit your tongue the entire time firing those shots. If you had no malice in your heart, why'd you fire those shots? Why'd you even attempt to shoot him at first? Why'd you not mind your own business and just let the man live? Let the man just go for his run. But you said, nah, no, forget that. Why there's right there 100% malice and pure hatred in your heart. This is what you guys believe. This is what you guys deserve. That's exactly what you guys deserve. Having a second life sentence, that's what you guys deserve. And saying that it's out, you don't want to go to a federal prison because it's out of your safety. Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, I will say to start off, thank you, Cam, for you pretty much clarified everything like I was gonna say. But I will say, I think it's great that our justice system was actually good for once. Like they got the decision right, not only once but twice. I think 2 life sentences is worth definitely what they did. What they did was more than criminal. That was just, I don't really know how to describe what exactly they did to that whole video, the whole thing. It was disgusting, and that is the absolute lowest of lows that a human could possibly go, as someone was literally just going out for a run at nighttime, living life, not causing any problems to anyone, and they took that person's life and they're gone at 25, and they're gonna have to deal with that. Hopefully they'll get something from this. I don't know what's really going to happen to them in the jail system, whether or not they actually learn anything. I think what the father said at the end with his closing statements was absolute trash, waste of time. I don't think there's really any real remorse in between any of them, because once again, you brought it up. The person that actually killed him was completely silent. He didn't say anything. He was just there biting his tongue, unfazed by anything going on, and he's going to serve 2 life sentences. And you will see if he gets even. I don't think they're getting any more, but I hope there's not a chance for anything where they're able to get out of jail at any point in time. I hope it's a real 2 life sentences and that they will die in jail. I don't think they deserve to see the streets in daylight of real life ever again, because what they did was horrendous. And that goes for the person recording as well, because he's just as guilty. And I think all 3 of them should rot in jail for what they did, taking the life of an innocent man who is just living his own life.
And it's one thing as an African American male, and I go on walks, go on runs all the time, just to stay active. It puts fear in my heart, because this could have easily happened to anybody. It easily could happen anyway, because you would imagine, okay, you're just walking around, just mind your own business, and then all of a sudden you see someone chasing you. It puts fear, because it kind of has that uneasy feeling, because that's always in the back of my head everywhere I go now. Because seeing how it was just an innocent man wanted to go for a run, lost his life because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, to me, this is a situation where when you're talking to someone and they're like, oh, racism does not exist in this country, right? This is a clear example of it absolutely does. And what you said is another clear example of that yourself, because sometimes, I don't know about you, Cam, but I'll speak on my own behalf, is like, I'm very aware of what's around me. And when I enter a place or a town or a store or even this campus, like, I got to be honest, like, this campus is 2 different stories, man. When you get here and you're just walking around campus, you're very, wow, this is a very diverse place. I feel comfortable. And then when the first time I was like in the SEM, my first like year here, I was very uncomfortable by what was around me, because I was used to a certain different diverse setting in all my other Montclair State classes. And when I got there, I was in a great conversation with Crystal, who is a former co-host of mine. And we both kind of picked up on that very quickly, and it's something you start to notice. And I think it's starting to change a little bit for the most part, but it's sometimes when you are like that, you're aware of those things going on, because they can make you feel uncomfortable. And sometimes your heart and your mind starts to think of other things, and then you start to get worried about what is going around you. Cam, you ever just walked into like a predominantly like white neighborhood and you're like, oh, this don't feel good anymore?
Well, I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, so yeah, every day I would go
Exactly.
when I would walk when I would especially as I got older, walking into the here's the, everyone knew who I was, but still when I would go into a neighborhood that if I was going to my best friend's place, and I've never been to that neighborhood, so seeing people the way that people react is like whoa.
It still looms in the back of your head,
It's
right?
like-
Like you're kind of always not always thinking about it, but it's just it pops up.
It stays there.
Yeah. And that's sad that we have to live that way.
Yeah.
But it's real, guys. It's definitely not something made up by the media. This is and this is a clear example of the insanity that someone will go over just having racist thoughts in their head.
Yep.
Regardless, shall we move on to our next story, Cam?
Yep, let's move on to that one.
All right. Well, I got some world news updates. We're gonna travel to a bunch of different countries in this little segment.
World news.
Starting off with the Biden administration, as they said yesterday. Oh boy, it was shipping its biggest yet direct delivery of weapons to Ukraine as the country prepares for a potentially decisive counteroffensive in the south against Russia. Now, you're probably asking, how much money are they sending? What are they sending? Well, they're sending $1 billion in rockets, ammunition, and other materials to Ukraine for Defense Department stockpiles. The new U.S. arms shipment would further strengthen Ukraine as it mounts the counteroffensive, which analysts say could allow the first-time Kyiv to shape the course of the rest of the war, which actually is at the half-year mark.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
And I was thinking about that as I put that into the script. It was we started covering it in the in the spring shows.
Late January.
Yeah, it's definitely been that was crazy to me. It's been going on
Really?
for that long. But yet again, where are we getting this money from? It's very confusing how we're getting this money, and not only just getting it, but then sending it to another country. I don't know how that is financially even possible at this point, especially considering, once again, I hate to keep bringing this point up, but we got a lot of stuff going on here, especially a story that we're covering later, which is the Kentucky flooding going on. I'm sure that money could definitely gone into them, help them recover from the insane flooding, which has resulted in numerous deaths and a lot of damage. But I guess this is how we operate.
This is America.
This is America. Now we're gonna head to China as they continue to respond to Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan, as they announced they are extending military exercises surrounding Taiwan. The drills have disrupted shipping, air traffic, and raised concern about potential conflict between China and Taiwan. The exercises will include an anti-submarine drills and apparently targeting U.S. China claims Taiwan as its own territory, and its leader Xi Jinping has focused on bringing the self-governing island democracy under the mainland's control by force if necessary. Now, for those who don't know, the two sides split up in 1949 after a civil war, but Beijing considers visits to Taiwan by foreign officials as recognizing its sovereignty. This is another crazy situation that eerily is similar to what was kind of going down between Ukraine and Russia. I wonder if we're going to send $1 billion to Taiwan should an invasion happen. And then I will ask the same exact questions there as how exactly we are getting this money. But there's definitely a situation to monitor as China is seemingly getting more aggressive. Once again, Miss Pelosi, you could have just stayed home. Why not? There was just no need to anger the giant that is China. Now we're going to move on even further to Europe and mainly Spain, as according to the National Weather Office, AEMET, Spain has never had a month as hot as July for more than 6 decades, as July registered an average temperature of 78 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but then they had some highest of the highs in certain towns and cities. The highest total in degrees was 115 degrees on July 24th.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
That sounds awful, and
That's a bit hot, yeah.
it's a little hot, but also you should know that much of Europe and areas in Spain as well have been on fire, literally, as they've been dealing with wildfires. So I think that is definitely concerning as well. And this is another case of climate change being in full effect, everyone. Now, lastly, we head to the island of Cuba, as a deadly fire that began at a large oil storage facility in western Cuba spread on Monday, threatening to plunge the island into a deeper energy crisis as it forced officials to shut down a key thermoelectric plant. Flames around dawn enveloped a third tank that the firefighters had tried to cool as they struggled to fight a massive blaze that began just days after the government announced scheduled blackouts for the capital of Havana. At least one person has died and 125 are injured, with another 14 reported missing ever since lightning struck one of the facility's 8 tanks on Friday last week. A second tank caught on fire on Saturday, triggering several explosions at the facility, which play a key part in Cuba's electric system.
Wow, that's insane.
That is incredibly insane.
That is your world. That is your world now.
Yeah. This is another situation that we should probably monitor a little bit.
Probably.
Because once again, Cuba's very
right
close
there.
to us.
Cuba's right down the street.
We have a large Cuban population in the United States as well.
Especially down in Florida.
Yep, especially down in our Miami's. What other cities are in Florida? Tallahassee. I doubt Tallahassee. You get the point. You get the point. Yeah. But hey, it's crazy to see that a country is struggling with that much, and from a lightning strike too, to really set cause to that is like the likelihood of that happening must be very low, but it happened, and just their internal structure wasn't good enough to really combat such a big fire, and for it to be starting on Friday and still being in effect today is definitely insane, and good luck to the people in Cuba. But that has been your world news, your world recap.
And with that being said, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes. So stay frosty. My fat finger not clicked any button. Nice fat fingers.
Come on!
I had
a good intro.
I have fat fingers.
Me and Lana were just absolutely thrilled. Oh wait, Lana couldn't hear it. I and the people of the radio world. Wow, this man is electric right now. He's on fire. He's transitioning from PSA to entertainment today. This was just overall great, and then you had to drop.
Fat fingers are crazy. Anyway, hi, what's up, world? A lot of people are laughing at me. It's crazy, but so here in the U.S. the soil. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden visited Kentucky yesterday and witnessed the damage from the brutal storms that resulted in the worst flooding in Kentucky's history. At least 37 people have died since last month's storms that have dropped 8 to 10.5 inches of rain in only 2 days. The cause does not look over, as the National Weather Service said Sunday that flooding remains a threat, as more thunderstorms are expected throughout Thursday. The president said that the nation has an obligation to help all its people, declaring the federal government would provide support until residents were back on their feet. Biden told a delegation of Kentucky leaders that he would do whatever was necessary to help. I promise you, if it's legal, we'll do it, he said. If it's not legal, we'll figure out how to change the law. Monday's trip was Biden's second to the state since taking office last year. He previously visited December after tornadoes wiped through Kentucky, killing 77 people. The legal part is crazy.
Yeah. Biden be saying a lot of crazy things like that. And that has me.
Huh?
Sir? Why don't you fall off a bike again?
Wow. That's wild. Anyway.
Listen, that video is hilarious.
That video is hilarious.
You could be on any side of the political spectrum, but
that video
watching
was
that video
hilarious.
Was hilarious. Regardless, I'm glad, I guess, that he visited Kentucky, but I feel we definitely need to kind of rally around Kentucky and make sure that they get the help they need, because these storms have been endless, man. To see 8 to 10.5 inches in just 2 days is absolutely insane.
Wild. That's forget insane. That's nuts.
Yeah, like that is not normal on any level of anything. That is just absolute. That's something you don't even think is possible. But here we are, and 8 to 10.5 inches has resulted in 37 deaths,
which resulted in us about to spend another $1 trillion. But it's necessary $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Not $1 trillion parts. That's not real. Do not quote me on that.
Well, that $1 trillion could have gone to other efforts overseas to help another country with something else.
We could have saved Jamaica.
Yeah. Nah, I think the U.S. probably
actually
doesn't really care too much about Jamaica these
days.
Right.
How is it doing? I'm curious now.
Oh, nothing. No. Just the first country that came to my mind.
Oh wow. Well, good for you. What's the capital of Jamaica?
Kingston.
Nice. Anyways, it's good to see. Wishing well for the people of Kentucky.
Yeah, 100%.
Once again, I feel like that last statement that you read off, Cam, was wow.
Yeah. No, but outside the last, let's not talk about the last statement. Well, Biden's saying, the nation should unite. It has an obligation to help all its people. That right there, that's something that we have not heard from a fellow U.S. figure since God knows when, since Bush said it for 9/11. Like for Biden to say that's like, okay, well now he wants it to be the United States of America.
I'm sure at some point someone has definitely mentioned that since Bush. I would like to think at some point they said we should probably be a United States of America.
Probably is crazy.
I would like to think that. I'm sure Obama probably said it at some point.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure Trump was probably on some weird power trip and said it too. That would be crazy if no one said that.
I don't recall at least someone trying to say, yeah, we're the United States.
Nah, there had to have been like a conversation over gun control where somebody has said that. There had to be. Like Biden has probably said something like that.
But here's the thing. It's Americans.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that there has to have been at some point, like that's just like a gimme phrase,
It has to be. But then again, Americans are,
not Americans. I'm talking about the political figures.
Political figures.
In my opinion,
you would think so.
I believe that at some point within, what has it been, 3 presidents in between?
Bush and Biden,
yeah. I would imagine that those 3 have at some point said we need to be united as the United States of America.
In those 21
or
years,
some kind of phrasing that relates to that sentence. I have a hard time, Cam, believing that no one has said that.
I would not be surprised because you have vibes. Anyway,
there's been a lot of crazy things that has happened.
Oh, well, I'm well aware. I lived some of the crazy things. We both lived the crazy things. I'll say we're old, man.
Isn't it crazy that we have to debate something like that? Be like, sheesh. That says a lot about our current states of political figures.
God bless America.
Yeah.
Actually,
wait.
rephrase. God
Rephrase.
help America.
Rephrase again because you can't say God.
Person upstairs, help America.
Rephrase again because there might not be someone upstairs.
Somebody help America.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Somebody save us.
You know who could save us?
Lana? Ooh, Lana. You super Lana for the rescue.
Yo, our translations are
I'm gonna try.
wow. Let me leave real quick. I just said translation.
Super Lana. Well, kicking it back, Lana, this week. What's going on? What's happening?
We got a few movies.
Like, what's up? What kind of movies we got?
Day Shift comes out on Friday on Netflix and is rated R. Jamie Foxx stars as a hardworking blue-collar dad who just wants to provide a good life for his quick-witted daughter. But his mundane San Fernando Valley pool cleaning job is a front for his real source of income, hunting and killing vampires.
What in the world?
As a part of an international union of vampire hunters.
Wow.
That is the definition of a Netflix movie.
Day Shift, I'm watching that. That seems so random.
Is the definition of a Netflix movie right there.
They put just like a random dice of phrases and like, that's our movie. Yep, there we go. Pools and vampires.
And you know, it's got Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, like
yeah, and I like Jamie Foxx, man. He's a good man, good actor.
What do you got?
We've also got Fall, which also comes out on Friday and is rated PG-13 and will be in theaters. Her best friends Becky, played by Grace Caroline Curry, and Hunter, played by Virginia Gardner, life is all about conquering fears and pushing limits. But after they climb a 2,000 foot to the top of a remote abandoned radio tower, they find themselves stranded with no way down. Now Becky and Hunter's expert climbing skills will be put to the ultimate test as they desperately fight to survive the elements, a lack of supplies, and a vertigo-inducing height in this adrenaline-fueled thriller co-starring Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
What in the Miracle Whip is going on right now? All right, what is that? Like, who made this idea?
Who thought of this?
What is this?
How did you just get to say, okay, well, let's just climb up?
Oh,
Like, you had no plan about.
They said I'm climbing up this tower, but I'm not getting down, and that's the movie.
Is
with this movie in particular? They're only showing it in theaters, I think, one day.
As they should. This doesn't deserve to see a theater at all.
This is a Hulu. No, this is an Apple TV movie.
This is a what is that? Tubi?
Tubi movie?
Yeah, this is a Tubi film.
This is a Tubi film.
Good lord, this is wow.
This is a YouTube film.
A YouTube.
A YouTube,
real.
Not even YouTube TV. A YouTube
Good
film.
lord.
The trailer for this movie keeps coming up on my recommended. I don't know why, but
Because radio. That's
why.
That's probably why we have our range is not that strong. These people want to climb
climbing.
climb up the tower.
yeah,
Jerks.
no, and it's just like, dangling off the
are they
tower,
bored?
screaming.
Hey, you know what this movie needs though? This movie could, like, if we were really to watch it, it could probably use killing vampires in an international union of vampire hunters.
They just to climb down fast. Just watch Jamie Foxx movie. I guess.
Just put Jamie Foxx into it, and people will watch it.
It'll probably be in theaters more than one day.
Finally, in the movie category, we have Secret Headquarters, which also comes out on Friday. It is rated PG and will be on Paramount Plus. While hanging out after school, Charlie and his friends discover the headquarters of the world's most powerful superhero hidden beneath his home. And spoiler alert or not spoiler alert, it's in the trailer. It's his dad.
No. Yeah, throw that in the trash.
I love Owen Wilson. He's in this film.
Wow.
Oh, wasn't no wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, I'm done with movies. What's up with the video games? I'm done with movies.
This game, I had to actually just put the link because I wanted you guys to see the web page.
Oh Lord. What's it called, Lana?
Rumbleverse?
Oh, the Rumbleverse, and it'll come
Why
out.
am I seeing a chicken just flying out the sky? What is it? What is this Fortnite knockoff?
Comes out Thursday for PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and PC.
Well, I'm actually gonna consider downloading this.
I mean, if it's free, it's free. That's cool.
Yeah, well, I'm actually gonna consider downloading this.
Welcome.
That's interesting. This is an interesting one, Lana.
Welcome to Graphital City. The city was built to celebrate the glorious traditions of melee combat and you're invited. Create a unique champion, get shot out of a cannon, smash crates to find upgrades, pick a fight, and battle to the last.
So this is Fortnite. Got it.
It's very much Fortnite. It doesn't look like there's guns in the trailer I just saw. But I think the funniest thing is that like they're showing clips of, I'm assuming, streamers or YouTubers, and I couldn't tell you who those people are in my entire life.
I don't know either. Listen, maybe I do some. Maybe I play this game for the fun of it. Who knows?
I mean, hey, it doesn't look bad. It literally just looks like Fortnite, but you're just punching people.
It's
like
night.
that's really it.
It's fight night. It's fight night on the ground. Like,
I think this is a game that might have like a week or two where it's like everyone's playing it for a little bit and then it'll kind of just like disappear.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the lifespan for most games.
I'm playing this now. I'm really
Do
gonna play
it.
it because this looks hilarious.
You played the cat game. You done with that? You finished beating cats?
I mean, yeah, too many times.
Right.
Yeah, too many times. Good lord.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I saw this and I'm like, we have to.
I actually considered
It was funny. I'm almost sold on just the chickens alone. Lana.
Yes, that's hilarious.
I think that's the buying point.
Okay, now Lana, what in God's green earth is this name?
Cult of the Lamb.
What is this?
Yes.
Also comes out Thursday for PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X.
What on God's green earth is this?
Start your own cult in a land. False prophets venturing out into diverse and mysterious regions to build a loyal community of woodland followers and spread your word to become the one true cult.
What in God's what is this picture?
Cult of the Lamb might be the most insane game I've ever heard of in my life.
That name is wild.
And it's literally you're making a cult.
With lambs.
With lambs. How did we get here, Lana?
That is a good question. I'm not sure why this game was made.
Why does it exist?
I'm scared to see what the aftermath is going to be if people actually.
Yeah, I mean, we might see an uptick in cults in general. Everyone, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's
like what?
That is a disturbing imagery for Cult of the Lamb.
Terrifying.
That is yikes.
Yeah.
Woo. Hey, that was
kicking about Lana this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
A lot of big things going on. If you're interested in cults, I guess.
Lambs.
Very quickly before we go on into a song, because I guess this is kind of part of that segment. Have you seen the movie Prey at all on Hulu?
No.
Nah, it's really good, man. I don't know if you're like into Predator movies, but
oh no, yeah, I'd like to see.
Yeah. This one is definitely like a new take on that. I think that franchise in general. It's very unique, and it stars Native American actresses and actors. It's really cool. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I think it's definitely Hulu's best movie that they've made. And I would probably watch it again because I was thoroughly entertained.
It was that good?
Yeah, it was really good. And it was definitely a lot better than the last Predator movie, but I rocked with it.
Oh, you rocks with it?
Yeah.
You bangs with it?
You know what I also rocked with?
What?
Music.
Word. So let's play some music real quick.
Yeah. Play that monk.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be right back. Sorry, Facebook. And welcome back to 90.3 WMSC up in Montclair. And the reason why I just played that song, if you're listening on radio, is because Isaiah, the first thing you got to say.
Yeah. It's sad news today, as the Australian pop culture icon Olivia Newton-John sadly passed away last night, as she was one of the biggest pop stars of the 70s, 80s, 90s, pretty much of all time. And people still remember her performances, best known for Sandy in the blockbuster movie Grease. She is officially passed away, and the world was mourning her loss. It was a tough one because Grease had a big impact on a lot of people.
Yeah.
As you were just playing one of their hit songs from that movie. She passed away at 73, and we are trying to remember the good parts of today, as she had an impact on a lot of people. Good impact,
Like, here's the thing: physical, banger of a song. Everything. I only know for two things: Grease and Physical, and that's kind of like the image I have of Olivia Newton-John. If you saw, I don't know if you saw John Travolta's post about it.
Yeah, it was like a heartwarming post right
there.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, touching the heartstrings on that one.
But may she rest in peace, and
absolutely.
Hope she knows that she has a huge impact on a lot of people, especially here at the station.
Yeah, I mean, Grease, despite being made in like the 70s, is definitely gonna live the test of time.
Oh, 1,000%.
Not only has it been on like Broadway and then people just singing the songs, but I mean, that movie is just gonna live forever, I imagine, at this point. And I think that's a special thing to be a part of, and I'm sure she would attest to that as well.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge cultural impact on society, and
yeah,
kids are still probably going to be watching it.
My kids are probably gonna watch it. My grandkids are probably gonna watch it.
Whether they want to or not, they're definitely gonna watch it at some point. They're probably gonna enjoy it because it's a fun movie.
It's a great movie,
and there's a reason that it's living the test of time, because it's just overall a good film.
And here's the thing,
yeah,
it's one of those movies that I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be a remake.
Oh, you're really testing Hollywood on that one. I'm sure it'll be on Peacock.
I know. But with the next few months, I think so. Anyway.
Yeah.
Be like, Grease in 3D.
3 Grease.
3.
Wait, there's a Grease.
2 Greasy. we're getting out of hand.
Yes,
listen, we're gonna move on. Once again, rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John, and sending blessings to her family and everyone that enjoyed her work. Now, we head to New Jersey's own Fetty Wap, who was
he's
jailed.
like, hey, what's up? Hello.
For real.
Jail.
He was jailed yesterday, as prosecutors say he threatened to kill a man during a FaceTime call in 2021. This violated the terms of his pretrial release in a pending federal drug conspiracy case. Wap, whose real name is Willie Maxwell, told the man, quote, "I'm gonna kill you and everybody with you," end quote, and flashed a gun during the December 11th video call about 2 months after his arrest for the drug case. U.S. Judge Stephen Locke, acting on a request from prosecutors, revoked Mr. Wap's bond and sent him to jail following a hearing Monday in federal court on Long Island.
Did you say Mr. Wap?
Yeah.
No way.
I was going to say Mr. Maxwell, but I was like, nah, it's Mr. Wap.
That's wild.
Mr. Wap is certainly in trouble these days.
He said, hey, what's up? Hello.
Come on. You already did the joke once, Cam.
Going to the courts just to get it.
This is crazy stuff. Once again, probably not the best idea to get involved in any kind of drug conspiracy cases. Mr. Wap, I hope you enjoyed your one song. I don't know if he ever made music after that, but he was on fire for that like 3-month stretch, man.
Shout out to my friend Miranda. Actually, we're not friends anymore, but that's not the point.
Yo, Miranda, like, you real petty, bro. Miranda, we got beef with you.
Yo, shout out to she actually told me about that song, and like that was the song that we got. Like we really bonded over that song for like 6 months. And if you don't know, I am a single man. I've been single for 21 years, so yeah.
All the single men.
All the single men.
Oh,
put your hands up.
I'm not gonna put my hands up.
Oh yeah, forgot.
Yep. Putting it back into my 2 pockets.
Must be nice.
Listen, hey, I don't want to hear that, Cam.
Hey.
You're out here living life. You better you be living, man.
We don't talk about.
Yes, sir.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Exactly.
But we do talk about what's going on with Ashton Kutcher, right?
Yeah. Finally, in the world of entertainment, Ashton Kutcher revealed on a new episode of Nat Geo's Running Wild with Bear Grylls that he was diagnosed with a rare form of cutillosis. Yeah, nearly 2 years ago. The disease left the actor unable to hear or see for an extended period of time. Kutcher said it took almost a year to recover from the disease. Quote, like 2 years ago, I had a weird, super rare form of vacuolitis that knocked out my vision, knocked out my hearing, and knocked out all my equilibrium. It took me like a year to build it all back up again. You don't really appreciate it until it's gone, until you go, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to see again. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to hear again. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to walk again. End quote.
Well, we hope you're good, Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, and well, it seems like as like the interview went on, he's like a lot better now, and he's back to normal activities. But man, that is crazy, especially just losing that seemingly out of nowhere. I'm sure that must have been really hard to kind of battle through. Especially as like obviously he's used to walking, seeing, and hearing, and all this stuff. Like I had a cold like earlier this month, and I was pretty much dead. But during this cold, like I couldn't hear like out of my ears, and I always felt like I was underwater. And that was just like I was so annoyed. So I can't imagine what it would be like to kind of go through something like that. So glad he was able to fight through it, man, because losing anything like relating to your senses is absolutely insane. Cam, you want to take on the next
Of course. A man so bad at singing he gets arrested? This is not me, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
An out-of-tune Bangladesh singer with a huge internet following was hauled in by police at dawn and told to cease his painful renditions of classical songs, sparking a foregone on social media. Hero Alom, as he styles himself, has nearly amassed 2 million Facebook followers and almost 1.5 million on YouTube. How do you have Facebook followers? How does that work? I don't know.
You know.
One of his biggest hits, Arabian song, in which he appears in sand dunes with camels superimposed in the background singing, has garnered 17 million views. But he has also drawn criticisms on a lot of his performances with hate comments and a lot of dislikes. But Alam recently announced that he was mentally tortured last week by police who told him to stop performing classical songs, that he was too ugly to be a singer, and to sing in apology bond. He was picked up at 6 a.m. and kept there for 8 hours.
Wow.
Donca's chief detective, Haran Rashid told reporters that Alam had apologized for singing his cherished songs for wearing police uniforms without permission in his videos. We received many complaints against him, Haran said. He totally changed the traditional singing style. He assured us that he won't repeat this, Haran also added. Farooq Hossain, deputy police commissioner of Dhaka, rejects claims by Alam, age 37, that he had been pressed to change his name. He's making these comments just to go viral in social media. Following this ordeal, Alam released a new video depicting himself behind bars in a prison outfit, warbling mournfully as he's about to be hanged. Alam's treatment triggered outrage on social media, with commenters and activists calling it an attack on individual right, even if his singing is disgusting.
There's a lot to unpack here.
What did I just read?
Yeah, let me address the serious part here. Should like all this actually happen? This is just absolutely terrible, and everyone that was involved in harassing this man should be held criminally and charged as so, because that is just all around all kinds of just a violation of human rights, right?
Yes.
Now that we got that part out of the way, just looking at this from like an outer perspective,
what?
That is hilarious.
What's going on?
Like, come on. Like, when you think about
I had to hold back so many laughing.
Yeah.
I said laughing.
Listen, once again, we address the serious part. Let's enjoy the because it's not us that's involved in this, guys.
Oh, 1,000%.
But imagine just like posting this on YouTube. You're like, oh, I'm just having fun. I'm not a good singer, but people seem to like all my videos. I got a good following. And they say you're too ugly and too bad at singing to continue doing this, you need to apologize and stop making these videos. That is hilarious.
If the man wants to sing, just let him sing.
Yo. Like,
bro, that's so wild. They really put this man in like interrogation
federal confinement, federal penitentiary, just because he's too ugly and can't sing.
I think that is the funniest part to me.
That
It's
part,
like they had to specify. You're a bad singer, but you are so ugly.
I had to make sure this is real. This is actually, I found the article.
That's how it was too ugly.
The article literally says that exact point.
Yes.
Who told him to stop performing classical songs, that he was too ugly to be a singer inside. It's just...
Bro, imagine being woken up at 6 a.m. You're in like a facility, you're being questioned and all this stuff, and they look at you in your eyes like you just woke up, and they're like, "Man, do you realize how ugly you are to be a singer?"
Like,
that's just like,
what did I?
How do you survive that?
I
would just be like, I guess I'll be in IT at this point. That's brutal, man. They really looked him up and down and said, "Nah."
like this.
Mean.
Like, ooh.
Listen, Jay-Z's not the best looking guy. Jay-Z looks like the bottom of my left foot, but that's not the point.
Jay-Z is sitting there like, what did I do to deserve to get that kind of back comment? He's like, I woke up feeling pretty today. That is
but no one like
Hey man, shout out to all the ugly people out there though.
Ugly unite.
Woo! Throw the U's.
Big U things.
Yes, sir.
Big U things. I don't know if I'd be the backing for this one.
Huh?
I don't know if I want another story.
Yeah. Well, we'll just go quickly.
What is this? A Brazilian man hospitalized after performing a nose job on himself, prompting YouTube to remove a video tutorial on a DIY rhinoplasty per a report. The man who's not been named has attended the Campo Limpo Emergency Care Unit in Sao Paulo, Brazil on July 21st, the Municipal Health Department told insiders. After visiting the ER following a DIY rhinoplasty procedure, the patient was visited by an on-site mental health team before referring to an oral and maxillofacial team. The team carried out a cleaning and dressing of the wound and provided guidance on the necessary care, the health department said in an email. He was discharged from the hospital the same day. The man referred to an oral and maxillofacial specialty team and psychology service for long-term care. Brazilian media outlet G1 reported that the patient watched YouTube tutorials on how to do an at-home rhinoplasty, consensually copying the procedure that a trained medical professional should only carry out. You can find something like that on YouTube.
I mean, there's a tutorial for anything.
That's very true, but Head said, "Oh, I want to just get a new nose. Let's play a quick game real quick."
Yeah.
Head's probably had a steak knife.
That's wild.
a steak knife and a pencil and said, "All right, let's get the job done." Slice. Outline, bing.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
I imagine that this procedure, he had a Sharpie marker, found out where to put the incisions or whatever, had like a plastic knife and was really going to town on the nose right there.
Listen, here on 90.3 WSC up in Montclair, we do not condone doing that.
Speak for yourself, Cam. I absolutely advocate. No, kidding. This is
I understand that
you do.
Surgery is probably expensive, but that doesn't make you do it yourself.
Hey, if I could change my car tires via YouTube, I could change my nose via
YouTube. If I could brush my teeth via YouTube, I could change. That doesn't make sense.
How to brush my teeth is insane, Cam.
If I could change my shoulders, if I could change my shirt via YouTube, I could change my nose via YouTube.
No, very quickly though, isn't it crazy the lengths that someone will go to change their appearance though?
Yes.
Like there's this surgery that I saw recently where there's this fascination of height, right? Where it's like if you're short, you're just absolutely terrible human being, pretty much.
You're closer to the devil.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true one bit.
That's hilarious. But there's this surgery where pretty much like you break your femur, and like they put rods on it, and it's like as it's like repairing itself, it like extends like your leg or something like that.
Healthy.
Not at
No,
all.
but like it will give you 3 more inches of height. And people are actually doing it, and it's like you can't walk normal for like months, and it takes like 9 months to like begin running again.
So you need to tell me that that's gonna be worth being immobile for months.
Apparently for some people that is.
Lord have mercy.
Like there's this one person who's like, I was 5'4" and now I'm 5'7". It's like you did all that work to still be short.
What did we come to?
Like, what are we doing, man? And it's just like it goes to show you the lengths that people are really truly willing to go in order to change their physical appearance.
And it's not even natural.
It's
like
so unhealthy. You're right. It's unnatural.
Your kids are still gonna be short.
Yes. That's what I don't understand. It's like, bro, they're gonna have a lot of questions when they come out. You're like 5'7", they're like 5'2". All right, and then you're gonna be like, what? You want me to break your femurs too? You want to know how Dad got this tall?
Oh my God!
You're breaking your bones for 3 inches.
That's the funniest part to me. It's like it'd be one thing if it's like he was 5'4" and now he's like 6'2", right?
That's one thing.
That's one thing. But homie went from 5'4" to 5'7". You still can't get on all the rides at Disneyland, my guy. Come on.
I have a headache now hearing that.
Come on.
All right. Well, on that note,
wait. Celebration times, Cam. The end of an era. It's been an honor. 2 summers in a row.
2 summers.
We appreciate all the effort you put into the summer buzz, because once again, I mean, you were coming up clutch in both summer eras. It was like, if it wasn't me, it was you. It was, hey, so-and-so, like they're on vacation, Cam, I got you. Someone is like sick, Cam, I got you. So Cam always comes up clutch for us. Good luck in football. We hope for a healthy, a successful, a mentally easy season in the football world. We wish you the best. You're gonna kill it, my guy. And thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We'll miss you, Grandpa.
Well, listen, it's not the last time you guys see me. I'll be back in the fall.
Be back in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just on I'm on layaway right now.
You're taking your summer vacation, and by vacation, you're going on a turf field.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to camp, so summer camp. Woohoo! All right, well, it's been fun doing summer buzz with you guys. Back-to-back summer, like it's like the picture says, we are D Wade and LeBron James.
Yes, sir. Never forget it.
So it's been one incredible journey, and I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back in the fall, respectfully,
as usual.
So we'll catch you guys. I hope the rest of your day is the best of your day. Well, you're out of here. Peace.